Wisconsin. A lot of you talking about this story on social media today. Here's the video, some of the video of the birds cooling off in Lake Michigan. It is the first recorded sighting in state history. Crowds flocked to South Beach in Port Washington just to catch a glimpse. And 12 News' Dajia Swad was among the many out by the water today.
A flamingo.
A rare sight. Flamingos captured relaxing in the cool waters of Lake Michigan Friday.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing in Port Washington, I know that.
A tropical surprise that drew a crowd to South Beach. Not in Miami, but in Port Washington. One swimmer comparing the beach traffic to a national holiday.
Worse than the 4th of July. I mean, just so many cars just coming and going.
Most people hearing about the iconic pink birds through word of mouth and social media.
I heard from my son-in-law that there were flamingos down on the beach, and we said, we got to go right now. We don't have to go to Florida to see flamingos. This doesn't happen in Port Washington.
Local birders pulling out their best cameras and some even willing to get wet to capture the extraordinary scene.
A flamingo is something that could be a great spark bird, a bird that gets non-birders into birding, so it's really exciting to see them here.
Derek Solman is a YouTuber who documents his birding adventures. He believes weather patterns brought these birds north.
There'd been reports in the area because Hurricane Idalia blew some up, and they had been like seen in Ohio and stuff, so we were like, they could show up, but it definitely wasn't on my radar today of things to see.
It's a beautiful ending to summer. We got a beautiful summer day, and we got flamingos.
That's Dajia Swad reporting tonight. Dr. Stan Temple, an expert on birds, wildlife, and biodiversity at UW-Madison, joined us this afternoon to explain how Hurricane Idalia may be responsible for this rare sighting.
If these birds were on the move over open water when they got hit with those hurricane winds, they tend to ride with the wind. And that would have swept them northward, where they would have made landfall somewhere probably along the Florida Gulf Coast. But Hurricane Idalia was a big storm. The tropical force winds extended out hundreds of miles.
We've posted a link to this story on our webpage, and there we have a response from the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources to the flamingos, as well as why it doesn't believe the birds are in danger. Just search the word flamingo. And this is the first sighting, as we mentioned, ever of Wisconsin of flamingos. That hurricane almost 4 weeks ago, Mark.
This is, I mean, bonkers.
Fascinating.
It's bonkers. It's nuts. It is fascinating, and it really enthralled so many people. It was jam-packed up in Port Washington. Now, the flamingos have flown off to where we don't know. So there may be new sightings come tomorrow. I'm guessing we're going to find out. So let's go back in time. Almost 4 weeks ago, Idalia started near the Yucatan Peninsula, heading between that and Cuba, made its way up to the north. So if it picked up those flamingos along the way, it's about 1,000 miles away from where we are right now. So they've had quite a circuitous route that they've taken, but they need to get to the south soon because they don't do well in cold weather. Now let's talk about our rain.